How do you dominate your time? How do you make your time work for you when you are a work-at-home mom or you have a work-at-home business? That's what we're talking about today on the For Your Success podcast.
Welcome to For Your Success with Katie Hornor, an inspiring program about overcoming the I'm too small mindset, redefining success, and growing your lifestyle business legacy without fear.
Hey, it's Katie. Welcome back to the For Your Success podcast. I'm so excited to have you with us. Today we're going to be talking about time. And why are we going to be talking about time? Because we all have the same amount of it. I know you've heard that before, but because I recently did a survey and a survey in the form of a quiz and some other things, and both from seasoned bloggers and from new bloggers, the biggest thing that they seem to struggle with, as reported in this survey, is time. How do I get it all done? How do I know what to do when I have time to work? Because most of us, as part-time or full-time bloggers, are working from home. And there's also laundry, and there's also house cleaning chores, and there's also dinner, and there's also homework or homeschooling with the children, and there's errands to run, and there's cars to keep clean, and there's appointments to go to. How do you get it all done? And so that's what we're going to be talking about on today's episode of the For Your Success podcast. Now, I have 24 hours in the day, just like you do. So to give you a little bit of a background, we have 3 online businesses that we run, in addition to a local coffee shop ministry, which also has Bible studies on Sunday mornings, and then my husband preaches the local baseball team Sunday evenings. So there's weekend ministry stuff going on. We also have 5 children, ages 4 to 13, that we homeschool. And there's a building project going on. We have a dream of having a historic bed and breakfast here in Mexico someday that will also serve as a retreat center for hurting ministry families. And that dream is in a process of coming to pass little by little as we keep restoring and working on this building project that is the house we live in and do life in. And so there's a lot going on. How do we get it all done in this amount of time that we have every day? And so I just want to walk you through some of our schedule and give you some tips about time management as a work-at-home mom or as a work-at-home blogger, particularly when you have your family around you all the time. And so what does our day look like? Our day starts usually about 8 o'clock, and that means my husband and I get up and he makes coffee and we start our work day in the morning. And so usually I will work from morning through lunchtime, and the kids kind of get up whenever they wake up, because we're in Mexico and we have late night drop-in visitors sometimes, or different things going on. We don't have a set bedtime necessarily. And so the kids also don't have a set rise time. So they get up, they handle their breakfast and things on their own, and then they basically do their chores and their Bible reading, and they have free time in the morning. At lunchtime, and my husband is doing errands and things like that now. He also manages the orders and the back end stuff for one of our businesses. And so there's a lot of times shipping that needs to be taken care of, or orders to be received and things to be changed, and errands to run, or people to help ministry-wise around town. And so morning is the time for all of that. And where we live in Mexico, in Campeche, it's very, very hot and humid. And so in the afternoon time, nobody wants to be outside. And so that is the perfect time for us to bring the kids inside and do our homeschool. And so after we have lunch together, we have our school time in the afternoon and household chores. And so that usually looks like a couple of hours of kids doing work independently, of us doing some group homeschool, of mom and dad helping different ones with the things that they need help with. And then they will have another hour or so of free time. And this semester, we have a Spanish tutor who is coming to the house 5 days a week to help them with their Spanish. And so when she comes, and then it's a couple of hours in the evening, after she leaves, we have dinner. We start winding down, kids getting baths, getting ready for bed. And then if there's a need, I can jump back on the computer and spend another hour or so. So that gives you kind of an overview of our schedule. How do we work in appointments and errands and things like that? if it's a morning thing and I can get away, I don't have client calls or appointments online, then I can jump out and go and run those errands if needed. And weekends is when we will go and do our family time or have our date night, Friday night, family movie night, or Saturday night date night or something like that. And we do try to do that almost every weekend where we have some time together as a family. And so we just kind of juggle the schedule around that way. So during my work time then, what do I do? So for one of our businesses, the Spanish homeschool curriculum, Lemon Haas, we actually have several part-time virtual assistants that help with that business. And so I have someone who is helping to schedule Facebook for that business. I have someone who is helping to translate blog posts. We have several English-speaking homeschool bloggers who have agreed to allow us to translate their posts and use them with credit on Lemon Haas. And so we have someone working on translations part-time. We have somebody else who helps with formatting those posts and getting them ready to publish on time. And so I have to get the weekly emails and podcasts ready to go, as that's my teaching area. And then I also have to keep up with the curriculum and making sure that when something goes out of print, we have something new to replace it, and that gets replaced in the teacher's guides and things like that. And then my husband handles the back ends of the orders and customer service and all of that. And so with that particular business, we have help in part-time basis in different areas of expertise that makes it less needy of my time. And so there may be 1 or 2 days a month that I need to devote my morning time to the Lemon Haas business. The other days, I can work on the other businesses, which is one, ParadisePraises.com, which is our homeschool expat family travel grandparenting blog. And we also have contributors for that blog now. So I don't have to do as much of the writing myself anymore. But I do still have to oversee the post and the schedule and the social media and things like that. So that gets a couple of days a month of my time during work time. And then I have the blogging business where I am working on content. I'm working on podcast episodes like this. I am working on helping clients, coaching clients and things like that. I'm in our Blog Connection membership every day, answering questions, helping people there. We have our group coaching times there a couple of times a month and things like that. So most of my work time on a regular basis is dedicated to promotion and helping the clients that we have with our blogging thing, and then also promotion for the other events. There's not a lot of work as far as writing and scheduling necessarily, but it's promotion that takes up a lot of our time. Driving traffic, networking, affiliate promotions, writing emails, getting our email things tweaked, but then also learning. I have 1 day a week that I dedicate to learning for my business. And if that means taking a class, if that means reading the next book I need to read, whatever it is that's going to up my skills as a business owner, as a leader of my movement, a leader of the people that I'm leading in this business, then that's when I dedicate time to that. And so it may look like Monday is learning day, Tuesday is client day, Wednesday maybe writing and promotional day, Thursday is teaching day, whatever that looks like. I have kind of those schedules, so then I know when I get up in the morning what I need to do, and I can get right in and tackle that and cross things off the to-do list. So if I'm on Monday and I have something come up that needs to be taken care of for an article, then I write that down on my to-do list for Wednesday, which is my writing day. And so Wednesday, when I get there, I will take care of that. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing on Monday and go do that because it messes with my productivity. I need to do the things that are like activities together on the day that they're assigned so that I can stay in that kind of mental zone of getting those things done. There may be 2 days a month that I take to pitch speaking opportunities or to pitch sponsored ideas. And so those days I'm going to do that, and I'm not going to be distracted by the other things. If they come up, then they get put on the list for that day. And so I'm using sort of a time blocking method, if you will, to be able to say today's work time is for this activity or this set of activities. And tomorrow's work time will be for this set of activities. And so that thing that just popped into my head that I need to remember to do that falls under tomorrow's category, I'm going to write it down in tomorrow's list so I don't forget it. But then I'm going to return to today's things and keep popping out those things that I need to do on today's activity list. So that's how we manage to get things all done. Now, we also have quite a bit of delegation that happens in our home as far as the other household things. We do have a 13-year-old now, and so she handles most of the laundry. The other children all have their own chores that they help with around meal times or around cleaning certain areas of the house. We also are at the point where we can afford on the Mexican prices, the Mexican wages. We can afford to have someone come in and help to clean our floors 3 days a week, or to wash dishes every now and then, and things like that. And so when we, as we feel like we get behind, then we have someone who can come in and help us with that. And it doesn't cost a whole lot in terms of American dollars to be able to do that and still be able to provide work for somebody else here and have an influence in their lives as they're coming into our home and seeing us interact. And so we do that. And then now we have the tutor who is also coming to help, and that helps us with our scheduling and keeping us on a schedule in the afternoons to know that so-and-so is going to be arriving at this time. We need to be ready for her and have X, Y, and Z done before she gets here to be able to have a full attention for that time that she's here. And so being able to have that Spanish tutor coming every day has been a blessing as well. So those are some of the things that you could do in your time management, is figure out what needs to be done, number one. So on a practical basis, right? Figure out what needs to be done. You need to write 1 blog post a week. You need to write 2 emails a week. You need to write a guest post every other week. You need to set social media up to go on Facebook and Instagram once a day for a month. Figure out first what you need to do on a regular basis, and then figure out when you're going to do it. When is your work time? And once you have those work time hours scheduled, okay, I've got Monday from 2 to 4, I've got Tuesday from 9 to 12, whatever that is, then you assign those tasks that are on your to-do list to those specific days, and then you stick to it. A plan only works if you work the plan. And so that's what we do, is we set up our what do we have to do, and then when are we going to get it done. And once it's down in the calendar, once it's on the schedule, then we try to stick to that schedule as much as possible. I know emergencies come up. I know life is not predictable. And so you flex with it when you need to, but for the most part, we try to stick to that schedule that we've made. And now our schedule may look different from week to week or from month to month, and that's okay. You find what works. You're constantly evaluating and readjusting as necessary for the best for your family and your business to be able to do those things that you've been entrusted to do. All right, so I hope that was helpful. If you have other questions, feel free to leave a comment down below if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're on Facebook and seeing it in the comments. Leave us a comment if you have a question, if you have something to add, some trick that you do to manage your time. We'd love to hear that and know how that's working for you. If you're on iTunes, we'd love to have you subscribe and leave us a review. And you can always contact us as well through bloggingsuccessfully.com. And don't forget about the Blog Connection, the membership mastermind that could help you take your business to the next level with accountability for how you manage your time. We'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the For Your Success podcast, brought to you by our membership community for bloggers, theblogconnection.com. If you're listening via audio, please subscribe and review. If you're a YouTube fan, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, and share. Every action you take to share what we do helps us to be able to continue giving great value. For show notes and links to the resources mentioned in today's episode, please visit foryoursuccesspodcast.com.